I've recently been self-diagnosed with ADHD.
iDubbbz sure has fallen. That was from a recent video where he makes a Thanos fidget toy. Why is it of Thanos? Probably some cringy trend chasing. What he actually made was a Wish.com disgusting Thanos petri dish that is less of a fidget toy and more of a puberty simulator. One commenter said in an alternate universe Ian is roasting this on Kicks.crap. In an alternate universe Ian would be making real content on his channel. iDubbbz has gone from being self-aware to lacking any self-awareness. His most recent video is a perfect example of this.
And that all has to do with Froggy Fresh. The reason I didn't address any of this sooner is because I was terrified of jeopardizing the success of the event, because there are a lot more people involved in this than just Anissa and I.
His Froggy Fresh drama video starts off with excuses, and I gotta say I'm doubting all of this. There's lots that just doesn't make sense. If you were terrified that you would jeopardize the success of the event, you wouldn't boot a fighter out halfway through only to have to hastily find a replacement. We'll hear the reasoning for it shortly. I doubt that as well. What you would do is let the fighter finish the event and only kick them if they become a danger to the event. The reason they give is not about a risk to the event.
Kicking Froggy Fresh from the Creator Clash card. The main reason Froggy was kicked from the card was for collaborating with Sam Hyde.
Like I said, kicked for a reason that would not jeopardize the event, as Sam Hyde worked with Hully on Creator Clash 1, and that event was fine. Now Ian will have an addendum claiming that this time it's different. But you'll notice the difference isn't about a risk to Creator Clash, but to the feeling of him and his wife.
Anyone who's mentioning the fact that Harley trained with Sam Hyde for the year previous, that was before Sam was saying this about my wife.
I don't think so, Anissa. Bitch. Ho. Fucking Anissa. What an ugly piece of shit.
Yes, he said all this and didn't risk the event one bit. But what did risk the event? Was Froggy being kicked from it? Now, does this sound like the actions of someone terrified for the success of an event or someone upset that they were insulted?
The reason I didn't address any of this sooner is because I was terrified of jeopardizing the success of the event. The main reason Froggy was kicked from the card was for collaborating with Sam Hyde.
What makes me really doubt all of this was the delay just to say it was the connection to Sam Hyde, that he was worried about the PR of releasing the reasoning.
And I felt like it would be very selfish if I was like, I understand public perception right now, guys. I'm just gonna make a quick 10-minute video and I'll squash all the rumors, I'll squash all the beef.
We're talking Sam Hyde here. Every mass shooting, every terrorist attack, his name is spread on social media. Your friends think he's a fascist or fascist adjacent. The mainstream media believe he's alt-right or attached to 4chan. This must be the easiest PR win. And yet weeks go by as evidence is collected of him insulting your wife. Not very convincing.
Posting this photo of a blonde man holding a gun, asking why we're not showing the real photos of the suspect.
Hyde is also popular among users on the notorious anonymous message board 4chan.
Okay, so what's the reason for booting Froggy? It's obvious, and I can't believe no one else connected the dots.
There seems to be substantial evidence that Chris Raygun is now on Adderall. Well, young man, amphetamines couldn't save Hitler, and they can't save you either. On April 15th, if I don't hurt you beyond what anybody could have imagined, I will be so disappointed in myself that I will subscribe to Anissa's OnlyFans.
While that was a harmless joke and not worthy of booting Froggy Fresh, it was however an OnlyFans joke by a competitor in Creator Clash that is sponsored by Fansly. Froggy was alluding to the fact that an organizer of Creator Clash is most known for being on OnlyFans, so much so that it's an internet meme. Fansly can't have the event be associated with OnlyFans, a competitor of theirs. This explains everything, why they couldn't explain booting Froggy when it happened, because the explanation would bring more attention to the OnlyFans association. Why they couldn't let it go and let Froggy box. Because if Froggy went on to Creator Clash and lost, he would then be obliged to publicly sign up to Anissa's OnlyFans page. Why it took ages for them to blame it on a connection to Sam Hyde when in the previous creator clash the connection to Sam was acceptable. Honestly, I wouldn't trust anything Ian says. They weren't clear when Froggy was dropped. They let associated third parties talk about what happened and never corrected them. Finally, Ian is currently trying to reform his image. He has every reason to lie. Honestly, would you trust someone who explained their past away by saying they didn't have empathy for their past 32 years of life?
And I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32 I've acquired empathy.